Okay, you need to. Oh.
No, you are. You are. I just talked to Candy Pruitt about she was using the Scottsdale marketing, and that made me really happy. I was like, yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay.
And you?
This is.
Okay. Perfect. I can get it from getting me live. I think. Okay. I got the rest of this. And now. How are you doing? Yeah. Guys, this is Addison. I just want to say that he is finishing for classes right now, and I literally have those shoes. How do you have those shoes? I literally own those shoes. Yeah. Did you get them on the bus? Those are cool too. Huh? Did you get them on the bus? I was in Mexico on vacation in November, and they bought them. I don't even know where they came. Getting this nice stuff you mean, you know, when you're here. I'm not very first off. And that's. Oh, I'm very first off. How precious a little bit. How tonight for me. You're getting ready to get your. You like a class, yeah. Good. Good. You got a lot of support here. So that's a great place. And here with me, we'll do questions. I'll give you. What's that? And that goes. We're like officially in week 2 of the year, guys. Have we sold anything yet? I know some of you guys have. We heard that. I'm thrilled, man. It's a good start of the year. My gosh, it's so exciting. Yeah. And she's out in open houses and doing all the work, so I'm coming to class. Coming to Athens. Being in the market center boosts your production. Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. When you guys are really all producing, I highly recommend having an office. Yeah. The year that I rented an office, my business suffered. And it was, felt like I was buying a boat. It was such an investment. I was a single mom at that time. And I was like, it was $350 a month, which our offices aren't even that expensive. But at that time, at our other location, it was $350 a month, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot afford this. But I got up every day and came to my office, and dressed up and showed up and did things, and interestingly, like business. So you're right, yes, ma'am. That was really good. That is exactly where I am. That is our Ignite sign-up sheet, so just so we know where about when I get to that slide. Okay. Sherry needs a packet. I'm gonna put the packets up here. Emily's here. Yeah, she's starting us, but
she is just putting out food.
There will be great food for you after meeting today. It's just Jenny John's, but we love to do. Yeah. Yeah, if you see somebody. If we get Emily in the room, say hi really quick. She's way better in front of this room than she is behind it, if you get what I'm saying. We need her this way. I said we need you in the front of the room, not in the back of the room. Because we all want to be a part of it.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Jimmy John, what's wrong with him? They look all.
I told them to young ones, yeah.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
If you guys do not know Emily Doyle, she is amazing. I've had Emily and I, we stood in the same preschool line when our youngest were,
Little babies.
3 years old in Winchester at Little Learners.
Yep.
I met Emily, she had a lot more hair at that time. Not quite as fabulous as she is now, but I met Emily initially in the preschool line,
Yeah.
and that had to have been 18 years ago.
Yeah.
So, it's been a long
Alexis
time.
in 22.
Yeah, Tegan just turned 21,
Yeah.
so he's legal. All the things he does is now legal.
Well,
That's all we're gonna say. That part's off my head. We can throw it.
Oh my gosh.
These kids.
I
So
love it.
anyway, Emily is our American Preferred Home Warranty partner. She lives 5 minutes from here. So
I
she is
do.
local.
Yeah.
She's in our neighborhood. She's awesome at what she does. And so Emily, give us a little.
I actually have something I haven't even got to
Oh.
talk to you about, so you're going to hear it at the same time, right?
Educate us.
So hi everybody. So I will say that we're kind of always just ever changing. APHW is looking for ways to be able to help our agents.
Yeah.
And you all are becoming a flagship partnership office for me to try something new.
Good.
Right? So we are going to give something a try. It's called Apex. So it's going to be an app that you download on your phone. You make it a part of your process, wherever it is that you're doing your termites, your inspection. What you also have is a calendar link on that app. You're going to have your buyers or sellers on the phone. All right, APHW, this is the home warranty company I talked to you about. When can they give you a call? Does Tuesday at 3 or 4 work best for you?
Wow. A schedule event,
That's it.
warranty company,
Yes.
and they're gonna talk about the service.
We will sell the service. You will know that we sold the service that day, and we have a 93% close rate.
Guys, how cool is that?
It's just like you all, and you make $50 right then. You don't have to do
If
anything.
you connect them right then.
Yep.
When they sell the warranty and that deal closes, you guys get your $50 for that referral. If
Yes.
that's a referral, basically now, that's all you have to do.
Yep.
I need the app.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Even when we talk to them and they don't take the warranty, we still cover all your E&O.
Yeah. Oh, you guys know why we asked you to have them sign a declination of coverage? If you get into an E&O situation where you have to file
There's a
you have to
lawsuit.
submit a
Yeah.
file for an E&O. If APHW, if your client, if you presented the policy and they decline coverage, they pay for up to X amount of your, deductible, which you're responsible. I think it's like
It's all of it now.
it's like 100%.
Yes.
Wow. Pay your entire deductible.
Yes.
So we need to be doing this just as insurance on your files.
And you don't have to do anything. Now it's literally
Refer them.
you
to
just
where-
are referring them to us and let us do the heavy lifting so that you don't have to. But it's now becoming a part of your vernacular, which a lot of people leave out because they don't want to answer the questions.
on the warranty, yeah.
Right.
I think
So I'm super excited, and I'll meet with Tara and we'll put the app out and we'll get all of that done. We literally are just starting it, and I got to pick 2 partnerships out of Kentucky that I wanted to do that with. So a picture you just didn't make.
I love it. I will help.
You're welcome. But I love you guys. And part of this means let me hear about your goals for 2026. Let me hear what your process is. And let me help you integrate this into where it will work well in your process. It will take you 2 seconds to do as long as you make it a part of your process. So I'm excited.
It's good.
Yeah.
You guys excited? We'll get you all that info and we're gonna start using it.
Like, some work.
Okay. All right. We have a couple of birthdays this week. Debbie Smith, Adrian Robinson, Jeff Green, Greg Vergara, Craig Music, Erica McCann, and Oksana. So you guys share some love to our people. We're having birthdays. We're gonna do some bucket fills. Who has a bucket that they want to fill? You can fill your own bucket too. Share gratitude for something. Yeah, Brittany Fjord.
I'm gonna fill Dana's butt, she was here last time, but I did this about work, but let me tell you what. I mean. My first time home buyer. I don't think you were here last time, but I shared your contact right away and I. Talked to him the next day, and he said, you know, she already got back to me, I filled it out, she got back to me that same night, and he's a first time home buyer.
Yeah.
In his 20s, you know, he's done all the things right, and he was just like, right away, you just endeared you know what I mean, you just endeared yourself to him, and he is so comfortable, he's excited, he's been clothes, and when he, you know, he's on vacation, it's about that land before he bought a house, and now they can move in there, but thank you for all of you. You're welcome. And it's a pleasure working with that. I actually haven't had the privilege working before, so it was our first. He texts me in the evening time and gives me updates. I mean, he is thrilled with you, but I'm even more thrilled. Yeah, because
That's good. You guys.
you guys, I want to talk to Dana with you. You know, I want somebody who needs more.
Thank you very much.
Definitely. There's a lot of people out there that do a lot, but that's, you have to chase them down and find out where you are. So Dana's like, at a point where I had to say to her, Dana, you don't have to work on the weekend. And she's like, I love you. I'm like, oh,
She's like, I also work when you work. That's what I do. Yeah.
I felt bad, you know,
No,
you
no.
work too on the weekend. No.
Okay. Dana got a bucket fill. That's awesome. That's good too with your first time home buyers. They need lots of reassurance, right?
I'll do mine. You guys have been fabulous. Thanks for welcoming me. I'm excited to be here and everybody, Dana, John, Madison, you, Tara, both works. Yeah, Beth. All you guys have been wonderful. Excited to be here.
Yeah. Awesome.
She's a good one to have.
We're glad that you're here. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're glad that
she's a good one to have.
So. Okay, anybody else? One more?
I'll do another one too. I've got away from home warranties, to be honest with you, because they just were not working. But what I've heard about Emily's home warranties, I personally haven't, but I did the calculations. On what I spent on my home last year, I would say somewhere around, probably about 7,000. If not more, because I have buddies that listen to get deals,
That's
but
right.
there's, if you have a good warranty and all I'm hearing is amazing.
Well, you
stuff.
can call Emily if there's any issue. So the great thing is that we have a rep. We have a rep, like she's standing in the room with you. Don't go through.
I mean,
you
you
can go through and.
you don't call
Yeah,
800 number.
Yeah, you can
right.
always do that, but you can also just call Emily and she's your rep. And she's gonna go in and advocate for you, which I think
It's a
great.
huge selling point. If you have a great home, but it's got an older heat and air, your clients are a little financially strapped after purchasing a home, that home.
Put that on there.
I guess some. So.
Sound.
Just big.
Thanks.
Hey.
Yep. Okay, anybody else? We got a lot today. We're gonna keep going. Okay. Beth. Coaching program
My face is
update.
so big up there, that's crazy.
Okay,
Beautiful. Yeah, so the coaching program is going really well, guys, and I really wanna thank all of you for your support, and if you're in the market center, certainly in the morning, I'm sure you see us in here. We are in here going through our scripts every day, we're going through the lead generation, but I really wanted to call out some of the people who are making real strides in their business, and it's because they're showing up every day. Okay, so Brittany's business has grown exponentially since she has taken the time to refocus the way she spends her time. And that's really what it was. It wasn't that she didn't have the skills, it wasn't that she didn't have the ability. She had all of the things. I keep telling her every day. I don't know that I teach her anything different. I just taught her how to think a little different.
Yeah.
That's about it. Okay.
And you've picked up so many leads and potential deals and pipeline, have you lost track? I have lost track. Since January 1, like how many pieces of potential business have you picked up?
I've got a buyer under contract, I've got a listing under contract. I have active buyers, I've got. There's a lot, yeah. a lot.
Close to
And,
10 new pieces of business in the first 13 days of January.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
And
That's amazing.
Renee is getting to a point with her business that she is a household name in her neighborhood.
That's true.
And they're not surprised when they see Renee knock on the front door. She is door knocking at a high level and proof that it works when you're willing to get outside your comfort zone. So if you take anything away from this, I want you to know that the PC coaching program is a lot of things, but more than anything, it's about teaching you to think differently and helping you step outside that comfort zone. We created some videos today that were real uncomfortable for some people today,
Hey,
right?
coaching should be uncomfortable.
It should be uncomfortable. That's where growth happens, is in that uncomfortable space. But there's already connections being made, right? From those videos. Social media works,
It works.
right? But sometimes we need a little push, and that's part of the coaching program and what we're here for. So if you or someone you know that you're interacting with needs that little push, have them come and sit down with me. I'd love to talk to them about the program and what we can do to help them. And even they can just come and sit in on a coaching and see if it's right for them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I will say the same. And I said this, we have not had, in my mind, probably an effective coaching program in this company for more than 7 years. So if Beth feels uncomfortable, she should. Cause her job is to get you in production, and most agents come into the business with a lot of fears and limiting beliefs, and it's all new, so it should all feel a little uncomfortable. That's, if you're not sweating, if I'm not sweating when I get off a coaching call with my coach, we haven't done what we needed to do on that call.
Or even if it's a hot flash.
Or
Yeah, sorry.
Well, like, you know, like-
Sorry, that's all right. Even if you've been in the business for a while though, if, what I'm finding is that we develop bad habits
Yeah.
over a while, right? So the longer we're in the business, we tell ourselves that some of those behaviors are okay. And then we reach a ceiling of achievement and we go, how come I can't break through that? It's because we've made excuses for those behaviors, right? So coaching is a lot about just bringing that stuff to your attention and giving you the tools to work through it. So I'd love to talk to you guys about how we can help you with your businesses.
Yes, Brittany Jordan.
I think you skipped some great stuff, and not just because of what I'm getting out of it, sitting here with the other ladies and sometimes gentlemen that are here. It empowers me, we talk about things and we each have different skills, and I'm learning as much from, Renee and someone than, and Beth. So it's about the camaraderie, about all that, and then there's so many things that I've actually learned technology wise, and why don't you, we're having a first time home buyer seminar, she's leading it, I mean, different things now I can invite my first time home buyers, I did one myself a while back. It wasn't successful, and so there's just the realm and the scope of it is amazing. It's not just lead gen and trips and whatnot, it's huge, and our plan is, sometimes it's more than I even have time to do with my other things, that's how big it is, so really need to join us, if you're new and you're getting your license, please join us. Cause it will take you to a level that I've had my license for 3.5 years, that I wish I had gotten in my first year. You join this, you'll get where you're going, wherever that is, whatever level you set for yourself, you will get there if you join PC coaching, because she's just there to fill holes in your boat if you don't even know they're there, so.
We all have holes in the boat.
That, and
All
that's what
holes in our boat.
I sat down.
That's my day, right?
And that has been able to fill those holes and.
Trust a coach who doesn't have a coach.
Huh?
Never trust a coach who doesn't have a coach.
That's right. There you go. So, okay. All right, so if you guys will turn in your packet, this is just a freebie for you. I wanted to give you this. I saw this come out from the One Thing. And so this is their recommendation for your 2026 in and outs. So what are we bringing into our world in 2026? We're gonna live on purpose. We're gonna prioritize our one thing every day. And if you guys don't know what that means, this is how we say it. What's the one thing? Such by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary. That's what this whole book is about. So prioritizing your one thing for your day, time blocking and protecting it, having success lists, not to-do lists. So having things that are gonna bring business and keep you in success. Strong accountability partnerships. We just talked about coaching, the power of accountability. Going small to achieve big. You guys are gonna hear a lot this year, which I think you're already seeing. We're really focusing on foundational, how to build the foundation of your business, your database, all of that. That's going small to achieve big, focusing on activities daily to get big results. And then starting your day with goals, not scrolls. So do you know, like I'll just say, do you know before you go to bed at night, what the next day is gonna look like? Are you going to bed knowing, here's what I need to do tomorrow, here's my goals, here's where I'm at, and giving yourself like permission to just show up from sun up, like on track, right? Things we're gonna get out of our world in 2026, treating everything like it's urgent. Not everything is urgent. To-do lists that pretend like they're priorities. To-do lists that pretend like they're priorities, multitasking and calling it productivity. So that's gotta go. Saying yes to everyone but yourself. A calendar that's being hijacked by other people's priorities. You guys hear me on that one?
Yeah.
Your calendar is being hijacked by other people's priorities, starting the day with scrolls, not goals, and then confusing being busy with progress, and then trying to do it all alone. That's what they recommend letting go of. You guys can see what we need you to bring in, right? And so I thought I'd share that because I thought it was pretty good tool. Okay. All right. I just want to touch on this quickly. How many of you guys are in this contest? I think everybody in the room almost. Anybody have something you're doing that you're like, wow, that is getting a really great result? Are you guys getting results on this? People are calling me with things that are working, so I wanted to hear from
Tell
you.
us about it, because I just put it on social media, which I'm not on all that.
Yeah,
I mean, I got a few comments, but great opportunity for people to.
yeah. So some of the things that I've seen that I think are working. People have created Facebook events. So I just looked at one last night. They had 60 people confirmed to attend. So they went to Facebook and created an event page, put their flyer up, put all the instructions, and so now here's the worst thing that could happen. On event day, if the phone's not ringing, they can go through and message every single person that's confirmed and say, call me right now. Right? That's what I want. I've also seen Stephanie Brooks has this beautiful marketing out, and I went and commented or DM'd her, and she has an autoresponder on Instagram about her contest. So hey, just got your message, by the way, don't forget about my event on such and such day, time to call me. Autoresponders, email messages to the database. So Oksana sent this email out to her whole entire database. And people started calling that day. I'm calling to enter. Okay, so you guys could also set up a Google Calendar invite and add 100 or 200 people to that with a reminder that day. So I would say, think in a systematic way, what's going to create reminders for these guys? So that you're not having to remind them all yourself. Facebook events does reminders, your Google Calendar does reminders. You should also be already like sending texts out, emails out, DM people in your messenger, all the things. Okay? Just wanted to share because the goal, what is the ultimate goal of this event? How many people are we trying to get to call you that day? 100 or more. So if you've not had 100 people confirm yet that they're gonna call, because the reality is you probably need about 200 telling you they're gonna call to get 100 to call. Or you need a Loctite system that's gonna remind them multiple times it's time to call. And I'll tell you that day, if your phone doesn't start ringing, it's okay, because you can sit in here and call people. But it's a lot more fun and it's a lot easier if they start dialing you. Okay?
So we need to be present here
Yeah, you're gonna come in that day.
that day,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll do a potluck, so most people will bring a snack to share. Of like 4 hours, and then you'll wanna bring your laptop. Because you'll be on a Google form and filling your entries. Most people wanna be here in person, Tammy, just because we do a live drawing and it's a lot of fun. We'll have a bell, so every time somebody gets a referral, they're gonna ring the bell. So you'll hear the bell going all day, and that's new business that we're generating from this activity. Okay, alright, cool. Alright, we're getting ready to use the deep, dark part of our brain that we don't access all the time. And we're gonna do some model work today. I wanted to make sure that you guys started the year off with clarity around your goals and what your time and your numbers need to look like to get you there. So. Does this look familiar?
Yes.
So.
We didn't. We've done this, yeah? PC, you guys in coaching are like, we did that. You're gonna get a repeat. This is an economic model. So in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, which is best practice model, there are 4 models that we train and coach to. Anybody know what the 4 are? We gave you one of them. The acronym is ELBO. ELBO,
Economic.
economic, legion,
Organization.
budget, organization. Okay, so the economic model, in my opinion, is the most powerful model. They're all powerful. It's the most powerful model because you can literally think of any number, any amount of money you want to make in your business. And this model is going to tell you exactly what you need to do every day to get there. And I don't know of another company that can do that. Like, this is our secret sauce, okay? So you guys will see here, this is an example. I wanted you to have an example so you could go back and do this at home if you want to. But I'm gonna actually walk you through yours today, okay? So this example is set up for a net income of $132,000. Okay? Net income, it's 25 sold units, okay? So just so you know, when you go back and review it, that's how it's set up. We're gonna do yours. You guys will all need a pen. Does everybody have a pen? Anybody need a pen? So if you flip to the second page, we're gonna do a walkthrough on your economic model, and we're gonna do math, and you're gonna need your calculator. So if you've never taught math to a room of 25 people, it kind of sounds like this. I don't know why I logged in. That's how it sounds in my brain. But you don't know how to get to the website. We're gonna math together. Here we have a pen. Okay, here we go. How are we doing on time? We're good. All right, so I want you to start line 1 on the blank economic model is you're gonna write your net income goal, and that is your pre-tax number. So I'm not responsible for what you write off on your taxes, and I don't know your tax bracket, that's your business. But I want you to put the amount of income you wanna make before you pay taxes. You just put that on line 1. Everybody got it? For most agents coming into the business, most people have in their brain, I wanna make $100,000 a year. What I'll tell you is, your business is only gonna grow to the extent that your brain gives you permission to believe that, you deserve it. There was like 3 gold balls in that.
There
statement.
was, yeah, that was big, like, Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm not gonna fight you in this session on if you deserve $100,000 a year, because you wouldn't be in this room if we didn't think you deserved it and could earn it. That makes sense? But some people wanna make less, and that's totally okay too. If you're like, I wanna make 10 grand, cool, I can math 10 grand with you today. Alright, next line is your operating expenses. Operating expenses, that's fixed cost. So what do you have to pay for regardless of if you ever sell a house? What do we pay for?
Cap.
Well, no, that's a cost of sale. I would love for you to pay me your cap without selling a house, but it actually doesn't work that way. You're paying for your MLS dues, your monthly office bill here, which is $900 a year, $75 a month, your E&O, your license renewal. I think for a brand new agent, it's about I would calculate 5,000 a year. It's actually less than that, it's probably about $2,000. But the reality is, most individual agents do not spend enough money on their business, and therefore it doesn't grow. The model is 30% of your gross income, you should be reinvesting back in expenses. In whatever category. So if we did $100,000 math, then you'd be spending probably about 25 to 30,000 a year in expenses. That's a lot.
of gas.
Yeah, gas could be, that's an expense, right? So you guys put an amount, I think 5,000 and up is probably fair, so that you can reinvest in marketing and signs and things that you want to put into the business. Okay, next slide, everybody have operating expenses? The next line is your cost of sale. So I will say this, if your net income number is higher than $40,000, you will cap with us. It only takes 40,000 in gross commission to cap. So your cost of sale is the cost of your cap. Right? Cost of your cap. Most of our new agents come in on a $12,000 cap, but you're gonna put your cap amount on that line. But I think for most of you, it's probably 12, unless you're a capper and you're trying a little different strategy.
Is, which line do we calculate, our listing photos, videos, the marketing?
Yeah, operating expense. Cause you have to pay for those listing photos regardless of if it sells.
Right.
Yeah, so any expense you have, put on operating expense. So then you're gonna add the 3. You're gonna put your net income plus your expenses plus your cap amount, and that total goes on the line that says total GCI, gross commission income. Is everybody tracking? Anybody lost or need help? Everybody tracking? Okay. So now that we have the total GCI, the line under that is where you're gonna put the average gross commission for your business, or you can use the market number, which I think is around $7,500. So we base that off of the average sale price and a percentage of that, which is how you're paid, right? So if you're selling $250,000 houses, your gross commission income is probably gonna be around 7,500. There's no standard number, so that's a good shot. So then we're just gonna divide so get your calculator, you're gonna divide your total GCI divided by your average gross commission income. And what does that give you? What number did we just get?
Units you gotta sell.
How many units you've gotta sell? How many units you've gotta sell? Okay, so I wanna hear from a couple of you guys. What's your unit number?
35.
35?
That's actually close to my goal this year.
Okay. 35. Anybody else? Who has their number?
23.
23 units, RJ? Who else has a number?
19.
19? Okay. Anybody else? I personally believe if you speak it out loud, you're more likely to have it.
I'll 50 and I think.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
That's right.
I like it. Anybody else? I'm giving you an opportunity to make a commitment to this room on what you're gonna sell this year. Actually, make it to me and I'll chase you for the next 12 months until you get it done.
Let me recalculate, mine's too low.
I actually like that, I appreciate that. Here's the thing, this number is getting ready to get really small. So it doesn't matter what it is, that's your number. I'm gonna walk you through what we actually do every day to get there, but it's gonna get real simple, okay? So everybody's got their units sold. We're gonna go into the bottom half of this, where we're gonna divide the units sold by what percentage of your business is buyers and what percentage of your business is sellers. If you're brand new in the business, you may just take your number and split it 50-50. Best practice is to focus on a 60% listing focused business. So if you want to really stretch yourself, put 60% on your listing side and 40% on your buyer side, and we're gonna go down this, we're gonna map it so you guys know what activities you need to be doing, okay? So you're gonna put the percentage on this top line under buyers, percentage of buy units, percentage of sell units. And then all you're gonna do is go back up to your units sold, grab your calculator, and calculate that percentage, and it's gonna tell you how many buyers you're gonna close and how many sellers you're gonna close. Everybody tracking? If you're lost, just let me know and I'll go back and make sure we pick you back up.
Come again on that one more time.
So if let's say your total units sold is 30. If it's 50-50, 50% buy and sell, then I would be closing 15 buyer units
Gotcha.
and 15 listing units or seller units. So you're just getting, we're gonna get more granular on how many listings we need and how many buyers we need this year.
Should we like round up and it's time?
Yes, I'm a big fan of rounding up. But you know what, Turkey, you could wait to the end if you wanted, because you're gonna get into like decimals all the way down. Okay, so everybody have total homes purchased and sold? I want you to grab your calculator. And it literally is gonna go like this. Total homes purchased, put in that number. The divide by 70 and the percent sign equals. And what should happen is the number of units, the number should go up. It should have gotten bigger. Everybody's number get bigger? Okay, so let's stay on the buy side, let's keep going. What I just calculated for you was the number of signed buyer rep agreements you need to get to that number of buyer closings. Because we have fallout. Yes.
What's a good percentage to divide buyer and sellers?
Just, I would, actually on this part, I would use that number.
Well, for the.
Oh,
percentage.
these, you could target, well, most new agents are 50-50, or they're even a little heavier on the buy side, because they do open houses. But I would target 50-50. And then, decide from there if you wanna go more 60 on the listing side, it's your choice. But you guys can see, you can pick these numbers. I met with an agent this week that's 90% listings. She doesn't wanna do buyers, and so we did the math at 90% listings. It's your choice how you set your business up. So I want you to go down, so we got buyer rep agreements, you're gonna take that number, divide by 70% again. And that's gonna tell you the number of buyer consultations or buyer appointments you need to hold. And that number is an annual number. So when you get to total buyer appointments needed, you're going to divide that number by 12. And that tells you how many you need to have each month. So now we got really big, we got really small. Okay? How many, who knows their buyer appointments monthly number that we'll share? Dana? 10. Here's the cool thing, this model works in any business. Any business. So Dana's a loan officer, she can map this. Dana needs to have 10 new buyer appointments a month to get to a certain number that agree to work with her, to get, and maybe can qualify, to get to a certain number that are gonna close with her monthly. Come on, you all.
Yeah.
10 a month. Who else has their buyer number?
2.3.
2.3, so let's say 2.5 or 3 buyer appointments a month. That's doable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to do it, open house once a month and probably get 3 buyer leads, right? Okay, so let's go to the seller side and we're gonna do the same thing. The percentages on the seller side are a little bit different. And I will say, if you're in tune with your business and you know your conversions, you can absolutely slip those in there. If you don't, this is best practice. This is average across the industry numbers. So you're gonna go to seller units sold. Divide it by 70% agreement to close. Divide by 75% appointment to agreement, which I do think on the seller side, you know, it's probably 90% of people meet with the seller and they list. And probably 85% are closing, right? Who needs help? Yes. What do you got?
Mine up on the buyer's side.
Yeah.
Because I got this number here.
Yep.
And if I get my place and 70%.
Yep.
I think that's too low.
Agreements to close, there's about a 25% fallout right now on contracts to close. So this should get bigger, yeah,
So that, like 14.
that's right,
Yeah,
That's right.
70%.
20%, 20 by rep agreement. Divided by 70 again. Yeah. Yeah,
So yeah, serious, so.
When we get to this one.
how's everybody doing?
This
It's the hardest thing I'll have to do all year.
Thank you.
I mean. After this, you get to go do some work.
14 to 70, then I took this 20. It's 20%. Sounds about okay. So I'll give you another 70.
There is a blank copy of this in your
Okay,
pocket.
so 26.
And by the way, we have unlimited copies of it. If you guys haven't met, this is Sophia in the front row. This is her first day. And what I love is she's doing it in a notebook, because the reality is, after you do this so many times, you just scratch it out on a piece of paper. It's like second nature. So, okay, I want to hear from some of you guys. What is your observation from this exercise? When you look at the top number, your net income, and the bottom number, what activities you actually have to do to get there, what is your takeaway?
That one of our number one things we have to do is to lead generate activities, to lead generate in front of people and set appointments.
Yeah, that's your job. Like, your job is to get an appointment. What would your number of appointments monthly?
Number of appointments monthly, a seller appointments 26, 24 buyer appointments, correct?
So that's total, so you
Total.
need, so you just got
2.2.
Two
For
listing,
myself.
you need to have 2 listing appointments a month, and how many buyers?
and 2, she's gonna have 2 buyers.
So essentially, if you just make it real simple for you, Tammy, you
2 and
need to
3.
be in an appointment a week.
And I need to up my goals.
Yeah.
Cause I can.
Because we can go into how long it takes to set an appointment a week, but it's an hour or less. So what was your financial number?
I did 200,000, just gonna get back into the business. I run a 25 for expenses, cost of sale, and operating expenses 12. And so
So-
175.
To make $200,000, she needs to be in one appointment every week with a buyer or a seller.
That's it.
We already know that not everybody's gonna qualify or wanna work with Tammy. We already know that some of them that say they're gonna buy or sell with her may not. They won't get approved, they won't get their loan. We have all the fallout metrics. We've calculated worst case scenario. So for Tammy, one appointment a week with a buyer or seller generates $200,000 a year. And by the way, that's the right number, because I'm gonna show you the calendar block for that. That's actually what I mean. $200,000 income holding an appointment a week. Yes, John.
Oh, I think the good thing about this is it breaks it down. When you look at those numbers, it's not as overwhelming as the top number.
The top number feels big. Then you get down to appointment a week, and like your brain like my brain goes, what the heck do I have to do to just get in an appointment a week? And the cool thing is, that's lead generation. The better thing is there's 1,000 ways to get an appointment a week. You get to decide. It can be your database, it can be open houses, it can be farming, it can be door knocking, it can be social media. That's your choice. But you know that your non-negotiable now to get your income goal is that activity. And I can't do the work for you, but we can give you all the tools and strategies to get it. Make sense? Anybody else wanna share an observation about that? No? Is that helpful? Clarity? Clarity's power? Now you know what you need to focus on to get to your financial goals, okay?
It gives you a good, like, with my, I was at one on the buyer side, it gives you a good perspective, like if you want to pass goals. Like you're like, okay, well, it's, and like you said, it's not as overwhelming, it's like. Cause I'm still kind of overwhelmed by it's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
there's little things.
And we get thrown 1,000 things a day at us. And so I'll just say, your success is tied in entirety to your ability to do that bottom thing. And so that means if you haven't done it, you've not held a buyer or seller appointment a week, you may have to say no to some other things. That's just you being self-disciplined. I had the 6 personal perspectives in a slide because I wanted to talk about that, took it out, too much stuff. But the reality is you're the only person that can get you up every day and do the work and be accountable to that activity. Yep.
And to add to that, a lot of times people will say, well, I'm doing the lead generation, but I'm not getting the appointments. And my question always is, did you ask for the appointment? We forget that the goal of lead generation is to ask for the appointment, and we're doing the lead generation, we're just not actually asking for the business. So that's the kicker, you just gotta know what to say.
Be tenacious about the appointment. I set an appointment with someone yesterday for February 3rd. Actually, from a market center perspective, I had an agent that was gonna join us and said they were going somewhere else, and guess what I did? I set an appointment for 2 weeks from now.
Check in.
So it's
Did it go?
because I have an appointment goal. And I'm gonna do a check-in there. And it doesn't matter to me if it's like today, I think agents are very much like what's gonna happen today, and the name of the game is consistency on your activities over time. Which means, if we have to hold an appointment a week, and we don't have any this week. And we know that that number is directly tied to your goal, how many should we be holding next week? 2. It's a lead measure that you've gotta take with you all year long. So if you're short, you gotta pick it up next week, gotta do some massive action. Gotta do an event or something, like get some activity, so, the next part of this, I wanted to just show you guys quickly is. Well, I'm gonna ask the question first, how many of you guys knew that, or how many of you that was new, how many of you this is new to see your activities needed? So you guys know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. So my next question is, almost everybody in the room knew what they were supposed to be doing. If I opened your calendar up today, would your calendar tell me what you know you're supposed to be doing, because you've already set that time aside for it? How many of you guys, your calendar matches the activity we just did? Okay, so that's the gap. That's the gap. And I was on a call last week. I was doing this little podcast interview, and the guy wanted to know what's the number 1 tool that a real estate agent needs to have in their business for success. Anyone guess my answer?
Calendar.
Their calendar. Your calendar is your key to success. So if your calendar and your time does not match the goals you're saying you want to do, then your audio and your video do not match, and you're gonna miss your goals. And so the thing is if you're dual career, you can build a calendar that matches that schedule. If you wanna take 3 days off a week and only work 4, the cool thing is you can do that. You just have to get the activities that have to get done for your financial goal done in the time that you want to allow to do it. Right? So I'm gonna show you guys, this is kind of hard to see, but this on the left is the perfect calendar for an agent making $200,000 a year. What do you guys see in this time block? You can't see it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this and write this down if you haven't heard it before. There are 5 key things for every real estate agent should be doing, and 4 of the 5 you can time block for. And really work on every day. The big rocks. Yes, I did schedule my day out. Yeah, when I sold real estate, I did 2 open houses every Sunday, and I would hold a listing appointment Sunday evening. But I did not work on Saturdays, unless I didn't hit my goals Monday through Friday, and then that was my penalty. Saturday morning lead gen, it's not awesome. I only did that a couple times. Couple times, and then I was like, I'm not doing this again, I'm gonna get my appointments Monday through Friday. So, 5 big rocks of an agent. We lead generate,
Scripture role play.
scripts and role play. What else? We follow up,
Write contracts.
negotiating contracts, and we go on appointments. That is your job. When you decide to be a real estate agent, those 5 things, that is your job. 4 of the 5 you can time block for, and you can't see it on here. I don't know if I want to pull a calendar. I'll teach a class. Lead generate, lead follow up, going on appointments, negotiating contracts, and scripts and role play. So if you see on my time block here, I've got see the 2 red blocks? Those are the appointments. That's when I know that I have a standing time to hold appointments every week. So when I'm in the lead generation time, actually you're gonna start your day with script practice. Because before you ever get on a call with a potential client, you should have already practiced what you're gonna say. Get your mind in a good place. And it doesn't have that like, that yucky, like you haven't warmed up feeling. Like you call the first person and you haven't practiced, it's gonna feel clunky, which means you just practiced on a potential deal. And I already told you all that each deal's worth $7,500. So I would stand in front of a mirror and say what you're gonna say a couple times and act like you're gonna win big and then go call people. Right? So you'll see on my time block, I've got script practice, 30 minutes and then lead gen. I only have 1 hour block of lead gen. Why is that? What's the model teach us in MREA? How much a day? 3 hours a day. Yeah, 30 minutes prep, 2 hours lead gen, 30 minutes of wrap up. But the reality is, that's for a millionaire real estate agent. It takes less than an hour to set an appointment. So if your goal is to set 1 appointment a week, you really only need about an hour of lead gen on your schedule a week. So I've got 3 30-minute time script practice blocks. I've got 3 1-hour blocks for lead gen. I've got lunchtime blocked. I needed something in the middle of the day. And I've got a couple of appointments locked. So when I call and schedule the appointment, I'm going to say, just like your favorite doctor, attorney, or professional, Mr. Seller, I would love to come out and talk about your property. How does Wednesday at 12 or Friday at 9 a.m. work for you? And then I'm going to book them into my calendar. Not say something like, I'm free all week. What works for you? Because all you're telling them is you're not running a professional business that has demand. Okay, so I mainly wanted to show you this because you all have clarity now on how many appointments you need to be on. And I'm gonna challenge you to go set aside the time needed to get yourself practice on what you're gonna say, lead generate, and do the activities to get those appointments. Okay? And we'll do, if you guys want, I'm happy to teach a time blocking class, but what I find most often is our time does not match what we say we're gonna accomplish. Okay?
Hey,
Yes.
that's a question. What
Yeah.
home value consultation mean?
Yeah, so I worked a lot with for sub-owners and expireds. And when I would call the sellers, they would say, I don't wanna list my house, and I would say, that's totally okay. I'm not gonna come out and list your house, I'm gonna come out and do a value consultation on what it's worth. And so another piece of this is make sure your time blocks match the language. Because I did put a seller in a block one time that said listing appointment and he canceled. He said, I told you I'm not listing my house. And I said, it's not a listing appointment. And he said, but your calendar invitation said it was. So we will not be meeting. So what you send them cause I always send these to the client, needs to match the vocabulary you're using. Okay? Okay, I wanna go over a couple of quick numbers. Was that helpful?
Yeah.
That's a lot of meaty stuff, but it's important in their numbers. So the other two things I wanted to talk to you about today is knowing the numbers. We need to know what's happening in the market. And you also need to know what's happening in your business as it correlates to what's happening in the market. Okay? So you guys can see here, this is Imagine MLS. I pulled this this weekend. MLS sales volume right now is up about 5.6%. Volume per agent is up about 5.3%. I don't have sorry guys, I don't have what those are. Average gross commission is up, right? Units per agent is flat. You guys can see the average sale price right now is $322,408. That is up about 5.3%. I think that's days on market. Days on market is up 5%. 56 days on market is the average. 96% is the average list to sales price right now. So whatever we list it for, on average, they're negotiating 4% off. Average price per foot is $173 per foot. And you guys kind of get the gist, right? The bottom is leasing. So do you know the numbers? Because how many of you guys have people ask you what's going on in the market? How's the market right now? Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know. So I wanted to show you, this is Destiny. I asked Destiny if I could use her. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing. Destiny's playing a game against herself. She's getting up, trying to like crush her business goals. And she has had a really good last 12 months. Actually, look at Destiny's business compared to the local MLS. So Destiny's sales volume is up 128.4%. Destiny's units are up 128%. So if a seller or a buyer came to Destiny and said, Destiny, how's the market? She's gonna say, well, let me just tell you, actually the sales volume in the local MLS is up 5.6%. And yet here's what's really great. My business is up 128%. She's gonna sell her business being up against what's happening in the local association. Same thing with units, she's crushing that. Her average sales price is down a little bit, but what do you guys see on her average sales price compared to the local association? It's higher. So if they say, well, what are houses selling for? Well, the average property in central Kentucky is selling for $322,000. My inventory is selling closer to $400,000. You think a seller would like to hear that?
Mm-hmm.
They would love to hear that. What do you guys see on Destiny's average days on market compared to the local association?
Very nice.
So the sellers say, what do you think? How fast is my house gonna sell? And she says, well, on average, they're selling in about 60 days. The good news is my clients' houses are selling in under 30. That also tells me something cool about Destiny, which is she's pricing her homes to sell. She's not letting the market drag them out. She's pricing them to sell. And then look at her list to sales price, list to close price. 99.1%. So if Destiny's talking to a seller, she's gonna say, listen, we're gonna price it at market value and just know my sellers get almost 100% of the list price. You guys see where I'm going with this? Mm-hmm. Her average price per foot is higher than the market, and then she's got some rental data. So how important is it, do you think, that you know your numbers? Well, actually, first question, how important is it that your business grows? If you can grow your business in 2020, just 5% more than you did it last year, let's say 10% more, you're gonna beat the market average, which means you can use these same numbers, right? What's your takeaway from this, other than Destiny's amazing? Destiny's on ALC this year. She's gonna be leading a committee on
Women's entrepreneurship.
women's entrepreneurship, no boys allowed. Female empowerment, female entrepreneurship, she is a mom and she juggles a lot, and she accommodates.
So do you want to?
So there's quite an increase that very impressive. Obviously, she's worked hard. What do you say, some of the top 2 or 3 things that you did, Destiny? Impressive, girl, very impressive.
I got rid of a shitty boyfriend.
Yes.
Yes.
Always way to go.
It was the first year that I really started doing what I knew I was supposed to do.
So you implemented, you're running
Yeah.
like a business, you really grabbed a hold. I noticed you said that your calendar is set.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were one of the few of us that actually has their calendar lined out.
Well, yeah, now I will say that's one thing that stresses me out bad, because like when I hear that. All I think is, one of my kids are gonna have this up, I know they are, you know, like, I had to schedule a random orthodontist appointment today, that messed up my schedule. But I really think it was just more focus, I knew I had to do more last year. And so it was doing all the things that I knew I was supposed to be doing,
Okay.
yeah.
Good, thank
I
you.
really hate people that make like their job their identity. But that's what I said.
And come to her committee, because you guys are gonna be strategizing all this, like how to really balance life.
Yeah.
Take care of self-care, I think is gonna be a piece of it, so that'll be fun, and grow a great business in this market.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Congratulations too. That's incredible. Wonderful.
And here's the thing, you guys. Any of you can go sell a couple houses and your business go up, like I guarantee you, Brittany's. In 30 or 60 days, she's gonna be outpacing the market. All you're doing is outpacing your growth to the market and then knowing your numbers, okay? All right, couple of quick things before we get you guys out of here. Training calendar is out. We have our Decimate class, which is a CMA class with Dustin Warren. And then our ALC clinic is coming up on Thursday this week. So if you haven't seen the calendar, grab a calendar and jump into some training. The big one, oh, actually, this is next week's team meeting. I mentioned our Associate Leadership Council. Next week is just gonna be a panel of our Associate Leadership Council for 2026, what their focuses are gonna be, and where you can plug in and grow and learn from our top performers. Okay, so that's next week's team meeting. And this is starting, Ignite is starting on the 20th. Okay, so. Huh? Right there. I don't know. I don't know why.
was trying to figure out that one now.
That's okay, everyone.
This is Sherry Fraser. I'll be leading our wealth committee. Yeah. They're gonna have so many great things to share with you guys next week. And honestly, you're gonna get to just ask a panel of our top producers, you know, what's going on in their business. So it's, 90% of next week's meeting is gonna be really probably the best top producer panel we have all year through ALC. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, so Ignite. Like coaching, we have been running Ignite for some time. And you're going to have a different Ignite experience, starting the 20th. Keller Williams University wrote our model for Ignite. It's built by university level instructors, and we have amazing instructors lined up to teach it. And so you guys, I'm gonna be kicking us off on the 20th from 9 to 11. But if you have not graduated from Ignite and received a certificate, we want you to be in Ignite. The average transactions produced in Ignite is 16 units in your first year. So if you're not at 16, you need to be in the room if that's your goal, okay? We'll be on site daily. If anybody's going career and can't make it daily, we are gonna record these sessions in our YouTube channel. But we have, I think we only have about 5 manuals left. Anybody needs a manual, you can see Madison. We will have a graduation.
Yes.
You have to attend 75% of the sessions to graduate. And you will get a certificate, which probably isn't a big deal, but it is a really big deal in, it's not GRI and it's not ADR, but it is. It's gonna allow people to know that you have the foundational training to actually service referrals well. And so we wanna make sure that you're a part of this. Missing, did I not say anything? No. Okay, we're giving something away today. I'm giving away this. This is a gold planner. These are about $80. 2025 gold planner. And in order to get entered, I want you to go share our career night event on social media. So you just scan the QR code, share it on your page.
You meant 2026 old calendar.
2026.
Yes, you
This
said
is-
2025.
This is not last year's.
I just wanna clarify.
Wait.
I'd rather not win last year's calendar.
This is the new one, and it has like your 411, it has all kinds of stuff, reflection stuff. So I need you to share it and then tag me in it or put me in the comments, cause I gotta be able to find that you shared it.
I will shoot.
So share it and then invite people to come out to our career event. Put me in the comments, and that will be happening also on the 20th. And we'll do a drawing by the end of the day today on who won this planner. Everybody got that? Go to the event page, click the share button. Share it to your wall and invite all your friends. And then I have a couple slides here for family reunion. We have a growing group going. I think we're now close to 20 people. The ticket prices have increased, yet like today I found 2 early bird tickets. Pricing, so if anybody is interested, it's in Atlanta, it's drivable, affordable. And it will be a really, really great event. And there's a digital version if you can't go in person. But I would go in person if at all possible. Okay. That's all I have. What were a couple of y'all's key takeaways? There's a lot of info today.
We need to get to work, be purposeful.
You can purposeful. What other takeaways do y'all have? Anybody have like action items or was this helpful?
Usually it's.
Okay. Are your brains dead? Yeah? Yeah, we gotta get moving. To be honest, if you sold a house today, it would close in mid, February or into February. And, March is the last month in Q1. So not to be like a Debbie Downer, but we're really like more than halfway through Q1 already. It's time to get moving.
I was gonna say, this is the thing that I run through my brain constantly, but what it says. You are that 30, 60, 90 days
Ahead or behind.
ahead or behind. And so that 2 weeks that you were like, oh, the schedule, let me just stay back a little bit of Christmas. You may not see that result now. But you're gonna see it soon, depending on what you do now to change the trajectory of what that looks like 69 days out. Just, I have to constantly keep that in mind.
And we're like in week 2 or 3 of January, so if your goal is to hold an appointment a week and you've not held 3 this month. Between now and the end of the month, I would play to catch up, so you're not always there, okay? I'm gonna let you guys do, I have my needs, if anybody has a new listing, open house needs, buyer inventory needs, this is your opportunity to share. And thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
I have a personal lot in Clark County and it's a buildable lot, 8 acres, almost 8 acres. And it would be a great lot for like a barndominium or something. I know a lot of people are looking for that. And it's very convenient off of Boonesboro Road, close to the port.
I don't know, how much,
Right before the river.
what's your price? Just out of curiosity.
6,000.
That right. That's a really good location here.
It is.
Nice.
especially to have it, I mean, it's. The utilities, it's right there, and
Gotcha.
right off of.
Also buyer, a serious buyer who's looking for a ranch with a basement, so like dual. Generational living, doesn't have to have a kitchen in the basement, but you know what I mean, like a walkout basement if possible. In mid 500 to 600s, maybe 5.
Plus some.
Hundreds, somewhere in Lexington, like their choice. They're not blocking those in code. You know, if anything coming, they don't have anything in the next 30 days, but.
So they are under. Behind the rest, but we're gonna have to back it up. Remember, I think that's also been the word from.
The check we're gonna fill the rooms with rest, but I think the funds are capped.
Looks like that's it. We're doing Bible study. If you want to-
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing all that.
You gotta have.
Follow up on this.
Actually, so it's actually for you for lunch. Sorry, not you, it's made a bunch of.
That is so good. That is so good. Yeah, that's good. That is so nice.
Right out, my kids have just got back to school, I've been tracking them.
Yeah.
I just think we've done this job, they for 2.5 hours.
stop.
He, and obviously, this started off, I was like, by the way, I'm so sorry, my house, I guess I'm hungry. And I just tracked you into your house. Yeah, yeah, sure is. And you're like.
It's like some things I've been joking around about people, they're like, ugh. Sure is tired, boy, it's about my bedtime. And there's people still at the house, and they're like, ah, no, she likes things. She knows I am sure. I'll be ready. You can see.
If it's my friend, I just go to bed.
Oh, see, yeah.
I'll go be in my living room.
Oh, yeah. Good night.
Because I'm a sleeper. I love my sleep.
America's.
Yeah.
You know, like, you back, you know, they're like, what do you think the house, you go.
Right, now.
People would say like, okay, and then we see.
I know. Yes. My mom told me here, I'm also gonna go to bed. I'm definitely.
I just do it myself.
Alright.
Yeah, I just like. I don't feel like. Is that for your personal home?
Yes.
Okay. How much was it, do you know?
It wasn't.
It just should be able to.
Just like, gotta let it.
Now, that was said, if you wanna pick up one for us. It's, I can give you a discount or it'll go down $5.99. And you can do it now, so.
You can take that.
Yeah.
This was just like.
So my maximums that I can allow for all of the categories, no matter what you need. Okay. So there's, it's a new point when I'm talking about these. Now with homeowners, it's a bit different, right? Because I'm looking at exactly, but that's totally different. Let me know if you can cancel it and I'll get you set of yours. And you can do, you do not have to pay it all up front. You can do month to month. That doesn't happen the first year with homeowners. They have to pay the first year up front. Second year, year two, can go 6 monthly.
But our average is to keep people for 8 years, so it's not like people just get a warranty and then don't renew it, most people do renew. So, yeah, so just let me know if you,
Alright.
if you end up,
And I didn't know that, dude, I was so glad you were I had to take my husband, who's
I hate that, well, and I hear, of course, I hear horror stories.
Yeah,
We've had a little involvement, the only thing is. There's only one warrant, I don't know, in town that has a rep. That even lives close to Kentucky.
Oh, really?
And it makes it less, and it's, I mean, doing business. And it's a real skill. It's probably a nice number, it has to be one of the most frustrating things. And so, you don't have to, just take that out of your wheelhouse.
I would love to.
It should make you feel better.
So if I have wanting to buy it for them, I'm going, yeah, something to. Oh, yeah. Did you say it was for when I hadn't scheduled it for the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. And, so yeah, she's supposed to go find out, maybe if we just, she does do it pretty quick.
That's the, so my testimony for female marriages preferred is that when I was on my house, I was if you just want to do it, sort of text, freaking buying my house, my age, bought and doing the same thing here, that's preferred warranty as a kid, this was before I got to Tennessee. And that first year, it saved my youth, it was right at about $5,000, less than $1,000. That was money I did not have, that's for sure. And I still remember what a great company it was, just because of my experience. And so, it was like a great opportunity. And this is my, actually my place with Americans preferred. I was doing it for a while. And did a lot of stuff, but they paid up, but then I was back in 2 years, so that's where I've been back. For really on the second. I just love it, I love it, yeah, just let you know. Okay, yeah, I was gonna also like put that on you, it's like, oh, it's great. Okay, branding and training all together, what did you do before? Love it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you. I'm getting old. I still got a little bit of memory. I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't doing well in that period.
Yeah.
Sure. Over at Tennessee's. So you're trying to do the same thing. Same thing.
The kids.
Maybe I just get it, you know.
Oh, I was on. Good for you.
Yeah, I seen you was on there.
It's hard.
But
Yeah.
just a family issue.
Are you enjoying something?
They're all home now, so so between me and my wife is 7, so she has.
It's how long did you then just stay here? Like,
They're all old.
I was just.
In the house right now.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
But it is.
And one of them, he's 14, so he's on his way out too.
Yeah.
I'm grooming him. He's got a coat. He's got a coat.
I was.
Oh, man. How's the belly been though?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Like right over here. Where I remember seeing you. But then I also.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll look at people and go,
I ain't gonna say it.
there's opportunity. Well, what I hate I said, if I, it was people. It's not even. Yeah.
It works hard. I mean, say it.
Yeah.
And they can come in for years.
I'm excited for you.
And listen.
Oh.
Don't be sorry.
I'm getting ready to tomorrow. Okay, I'll be here today.
Oh, what? That is something else.
Congratulations.
And it's, hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
So like anything.
I am. If you got one for me, I'd love to have it.